Hi guys, welcome to our Docker tutorial series. In this video, we will explore Docker by creating a Hello World application using Alpine Linux as our base image. Now, Docker allows us to containerize applications, making them portable and easy to deploy across different environments. So let's get started. First, let's talk about Alpine Linux. It is a lightweight Linux distribution, perfect for Docker images. Its small size ensures faster image downloads and faster containers startup times. Now, let's move on to building our Hello World Docker image. To create our Docker image, we need to create a Docker file. Let's open Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to open a new folder. So I have to create it. I will create a new folder in my desktop. I will call that as my_docker. Okay, so I trust authors. I'm going to create the new file. So we have to use capital D Docker file F simple. Okay, no extension, just Docker file. Okay, so a Docker file is a script that defines the steps to build the image. We'll use a text editor to write the Docker file. Here's our Docker file. We start with the Alpine Linux base image. So to find the image, we can search Docker images. Okay, now you will see this Docker Hub container image library. Go to there. If you scroll to the down, you will see this See All Docker Official Images link. I will include this link in the description so you can directly visit into there. Select this Alpine, or otherwise you can search. Okay. So if you scroll to down, you will see this from Alpine colon 3.14. You have to copy that. Okay. Then go to Visual Studio Code or your code editor. Then we have to paste that here. Okay. After that, I'm going to specify the command we need to run. We can say to run a command, we can write cmd. Now, in square brackets, firstly we have to provide what is the shell command is. It will be echo. As you know, echo can be used to print something in our terminal. So let's go ahead and print something using that command to show you what I mean by that. In the terminal, I'm going to write echo and hello world. Okay, we can see hello world is printed in the terminal using this echo command. Similarly, we are using this echo command. You can provide what is the shell command is as the first argument for this cmd. As the second argument, we can pass in the text we want to print. I'm going to say hello world. Okay. That's how we specify the command to run our application when the container starts. Now that we have our Docker file, let's build the Docker image using the docker build command. We will open the terminal. Here, so we have to say docker build, and we can provide a tag for this Docker image. To specify the tag, we will say -t, and after that we can specify the tag. For example, hello underscore docker. This is my tag. So we can also specify a version for this. For example, version number 1. To specify the version, we will put colon here after the tag, then we can say v1. Providing the version is not compulsory, you can really skip that. Or also you don't want to provide this tag also, you can skip that also, just use docker build. So let me go ahead and show you first docker build, and after that you have to provide where is your path, where is your docker file is. To provide the current path, you can say dot. So it will identify this docker file. If you just use this docker file as the file name for that, it will be okay. It is smart enough to identify your docker file. So we can run this now. As we can see, it is building. That means we don't want to provide the tag. Also, we don't want to provide the version number. It's not compulsory. Now, make sure before running this code, you have started Docker. Otherwise, you will face some issues. For example, here I'm going to pause this and try to build again. Yeah, that's working at this time. So I'm going to quit Docker desktop and try again. As you can see, the error is appearing. That's why you have to start Docker. So all services are going to work after you start the application. Okay, now I'm going to run the command again and show you it works. As previously, we can start by providing a tag. You can say docker build -t. I'm going to say hello underscore docker and version by providing colon and version number v1. And after that, we have to say the path, just the current path where our terminal is. You can say just dot. It is smart enough to identify this docker file. Now it is building. Great. Our Docker image is built. Now let's run our Hello World application inside the Docker container. For that, we will use the docker run command to start a container from our image. You can say docker run, and we have to provide the tag name we used if we provided that. You can say it was hello docker, hello underscore docker, and the version number after the colon, we can say this v1. Now I'm going to press enter. As we can see, hello world is printed. Now if we check this Docker desktop, now we can see this one is executed. Hello Docker is the image. 14 seconds ago it was executed. Okay. Lastly, Docker containers are isolated from the host and other containers, providing a secure and consistent environment for our application to run. As you can see, each container runs its own isolated environment, sharing the host OS kernel but having its own file system and resources. And there you have it. We have successfully created Hello World Docker image using Alpine Linux and run it inside the Docker container. Docker's simplicity and portability make it a powerful tool for application development and deployment. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel for more Docker tutorials. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to leave a comment below. Happy Dockerizing!